Good afternoon, guys. My name is Jackson Toth. This is for my writing project. Kind of where, make a writing project and doing a YouTube video. Kind of funny. But today I want to discuss with you about a topic that right now is a really big topic in football, NFL, college, and high school. It's about concussions. Concussions and CTE. So today I want to discuss with you, first of all, I want to start a little about myself. I right now am a Wheaton college athlete. Freshman, I play defensive line. This has been my very first year playing college ball, and I am just thrilled to be a part of the school. The program itself is amazing. Take a look. So first of all, I want to dive right in, and I want to go ahead and discuss to you what even is a concussion. So many athletes around the world are just so uneducated about what is a concussion. So a concussion is basically whenever the brain itself has been hit so many times that the nerves are just like, what's going on up here, man? See, the brain wasn't originally hardwired for football. Football wasn't around, when people were like, oh, look at this brain. They're like, oh, it's in the body. No one want, and just started hitting your head on the wall and just feel like, oh, this is what happens. No. So basically, your brain really made for football. This is why kind of, a bunch of parents have been like, we kind of don't want our kids playing football, which that's kind of sad. So basically today, I want to describe to you basically, so first of all, what even is the brain? So this right here is my diagram of a brain. As you can see clearly, we have right here the frontal lobes, the partial lobes, and we have the occipital lobes. The frontal lobe right here controls everything from the memory, the learning process, your behavior. Your occipital lobe, controls the vision. What do your eyes see? What is your eyes telling your brain, tell your body to do? And then you have, finally, the partial lobe, which has to do with reception, and that kind of stuff. So first of all, whenever we're talking about the brain, have you ever noticed, when someone has a concussion, and they're like, dude, get away from me. I don't be right now. Acting all mean for some odd reason. Don't get mad at them. It's just their concussion. Their concussion right now is basically making their body fight through so much pain. It's so hard to tell what's going on with somebody if you haven't had a concussion yourself. From my point of view, I hate concussions because I was actually just recently had a concussion. I was out for 2 months of my very first year here, and it was in the very first game I played in as a college athlete, and I missed my whole year based on the concussion. And it was horrible, worst process I've ever been through my whole life. So basically, with this concussion, I learned that, what if you have to quit football because of concussion? That's a very real possibility. I was faced with the very same scenario. Doctor was like, Jackson, your brain's been beat so many times. Should you even play football ever again? That's just like, it hits you. What if this is actually a real thing? So when I was thinking about my research paper, I'm like, you know what? I want to, help athletes myself get this information to them. So I'm like, let's do a video on this. Writing project, let's do it. We're gonna go ahead and knock to the ballpark with this right here. I think coming from an athlete to where they just had a concussion, I think an athlete can relate more to an athlete than personally a doctor, a parent, or a coach. Maybe a coach, because a coach actually played in your shoes. So basically, whenever someone gets a concussion, it's when the brain has been hit any way possible, not just in the front or the back. It's any way possible a person can actually get hit. So basically, what happens. So whenever the brain gets hit, bounces around. Imagine a pinball in a pinball game. So your brain's right now. When you get hit in a football game, your brain just starts going. Sub one thing. There's no high score. There's no winning. There's only a downfall. Downfall is when you freaking see stars and you don't know anything about life. So basically, I want to show the other diagram right here of the brain. The brain itself right here, as you can see, there's nothing around the brain. This right here, this line right here, is the skull. That's the skull. This is the brain. Gaps all around here. Just a huge gap. There's nothing really holding the brain together. It's just a bunch of nerves, and nerves really aren't that strong. It's just a bunch of like pieces of skin that have been stretched far along, so the skull's in the brain. The other nerves are part of your body. When you're thinking like this, whenever you look at something, you think about it, and then you do it. I control my brain to pick up my pen. Why is that? It's the nerves in your eyes telling your brain, hey, pick up the pen. Now, granted, it doesn't take like pick up the pen that slow. It's like milliseconds. It's a very fast process. You ever thought when you're playing football and when you're going in for a tackle or you're reading a different play, what are you realizing? You don't go, I'm gonna hit this guy, and then all of a sudden 7 seconds later you hit the guy. No, you're what? You instantaneously you do what? You hit the guy. You run towards the guy. You make a great tackle. You make the play of the game. That's what football is all about. So basically, whenever we've had so many of these extensive hits on the different parts of the lobe, you'll have a concussion. The concussion includes, memory. I didn't go to class for 2 months. That's a downfall of a concussion. It really is. It's a process, and your brain can't hold information when you have a concussion. It's still recovering. Granted, I probably had about 8 to 10 concussions in my whole lifetime. Being a defensive line, you're kind of hitting your head every single play. We actually see a lot of defensive linemen and O-linemen actually have more concussions than anybody else. Granted, though, if you look at DBs and safeties, it's a lot more concussions. And for those of you who don't know what a DB is or a safety, those are the guys you see are the faster guys on the defense side of the ball. The ball doesn't have the team doesn't have the ball all the time. I'm trying to describe to you that I would tell my mom, it's the teams, the colors you don't like. So it's one of those players that when they just run in for a tackle, they generally they do use their head. That's not smart. The NFL made the rule. Hey, let's make a rule of head-to-head contact. Okay, great. We'll fine you for a game. You're out for a game. You're out of this game and part in half of the next game. Great. That doesn't stop concussion. That doesn't stop head-to-head contact. Head-to-head contact happens on every single play of football. There's not one play of football where you can sit there and tell me, hey, there's no head-to-head contact in this one. Unless you're a quarterback, there really isn't. Unless you're Tom Brady and game protected, then you're not getting hit in the head. But eventually you are going to get hit in the head. You're going to hit the head probably about 20 times a game. On average, I've been told probably about 40, 50 times a game, I get in the head. That isn't every single play. You think about, from the defensive line to the offensive line, you hit the guy, and then you move on from that guy to the next guy, to the next guy, and next guy you hit. How many guys you hit a game? How can you actually tell someone that information? You really can't. But basically, these concussions lead to CTE. And CTE is when, your body is just like, your body breaks down completely. Your brain stops working, your nerves don't function properly. You start to basically lose your mind. It's not a great thing, it really isn't. Your body starts to just slip, mentally, physically. You start hearing voices. I'll give you an example. Mike Webster, one of the best people in Pittsburgh history of football, had a concussion. Was out for the rest of his life. Won Super Bowl, though. Not forever, though. Eventually retired, and then he got CTE. And CTE was only diagnosed after death. After death. Like, sit there and stop for a minute. Think about it. You have to die in order for someone to tell you something wrong with you. People can look at you and go, you're not right in the head, or you can go, yeah, something's wrong. There's no way of actually physically telling, your body, hey, something's wrong with you, because you don't know. You're just going, oh, my head hurts. Oh, I got a headache. Oh, I can't see anything. Oh, I don't know what I'm thinking. I can't remember what I did this morning. Many times I've been eating breakfast, and I'll leave. 5 minutes later, go, did I eat today? That's not a good thing. It really isn't. When you can't remember your parents' names, or where you live, your phone number, that's pretty bad. Or even my roommate's name. I can't remember his name sometimes. We've been best friends for 2 years now. I can't remember his name at all. And it's crazy how your body just like, when you get hit certain times in the brain, like in the frontal lobe, the occipital lobe, and the partial lobe, your brain just when it get hit so many times, the nerves just like deteriorate pretty much. nerves just aren't there anymore. They die off pretty much. The nerves just become something that can't even be used. Your body will just eventually die out, It's a problem with CTE today. It really is. Football in general is a problem in football. And now people are actually taking the step to actually initiate a concussion. They're not taking the proper steps. Helmet companies are doing what. And if we put more padding in here, I'm here to tell you one thing: the padding is not going to help you. Padding will never help you because you know why, right? Padding cannot protect the brain. I'll tell you what a helmet is for. A helmet is actually for preventing skull fractures, facial hits. Face mask for your face. Yeah, duh. Face mask, face. The helmet itself is just, make sure the head, the outside of the brain, doesn't have like internal bleeding. Your skull doesn't crack open, something like that. Imagine hitting a guy with a helmet and then, you don't have a helmet. Your brain's your skull's gonna crack, obviously. Having that much G-force in a person and then having that guy, imagine Saquon Barkley running you full force. A helmet. You're going to die. No way around that. Your brain is going to get hit so hard, your skull's going to crack. That's why they have helmets, But a brain, since it has nothing attached to the brain, what? The skull has nothing to actually comfort the brain. So what happens? Brain bounces around, damages the lobes. Then you have a concussion. And then what? Then you can't remember anything. You can't see straight. Oh, this light's too bright. Oh, get out of my face. You think for a minute. Oh, paparazzi, all these camera flashes. No, it's your room light. It's your light bulb. Or someone calls you on the phone. Light's too bright. You're sensitive to light. You can't remember anything. You can't learn in class. Concussions are a big problem today. In America. And I want to reach out to most athletes. If you're open to sports, fortunately, if you're an athlete yourself, this will actually help you a lot. This will actually give more information about what concussions. That way when God forbid, if you ever do have a concussion, and when a doctor explains it to you, you can have a little background information. If you need to, life situation, concussion, you've been hit this hard in the head. Doctor can sit here and explain names and just you. He can name so many things. You're gonna go, What? No, you're not gonna know what he's talking about. Only if you're actually an athlete who's been educated on this topic will you actually know what is a concussion, what is CTE, how do we prevent it, you may ask. There's a few simple answers. One, don't play football. If you don't want to deal with long-term effects, don't play football. I'm saying this right now. If you don't want to deal with possibility of you dying at an early age, or if you're if you don't want to go crazy, if you don't have a concussion and deal with this kind of pain, quit football right now. It's not meant for you. It's not for everybody. It really isn't. If you look at the facts, only 0.2% of high school athletes go to college and play not D1. I'm talking D1. I'm talking about D1, D2, D3, NAIA, JUCO. No one goes to college and play it much. It's a small percentage. And if you're not really, if you're not willing to take that risk, for yourself, get an education, out of it, play football, play what you love. You shouldn't do it. Or you can do what? How about this? I have an idea. Not lean with your freaking head. This is the crown. You're taught for how many years? Never hit the crown of your head, correct? You're taught that. Don't hit the crown of your head. It's just stupid. Why would you do that? You always want to keep what? Base angle, face looking at your target. Question: can you actually tackle like this? I want to know. I have seen people do it for like 6 years now. I'm so confused why people need to do this and tackle. You're going to have a concussion instantly. It's gonna hurt. You're gonna be out for a season. Great. You tackle wrong. No, you want to tackle your face up. You can honestly prevent a concussion by 10% by actually doing this, looking at your target. If you look at the target, you can actually save yourself, save your brain. Trust me, save your parents a lot of time, especially for those moms out there. I guarantee you, some moms will actually watch this video and go, "He's right." Moms, boys need to be boys too. I didn't play football until my freshman year of high school. It was horrible. Now I'm a D3 athlete. Something about football drives all of us. Some of us want to do what? Make our dads proud. My brothers played football. I'm gonna do it too. Do it. Be the best we can be. Don't let someone hold you back going, you're too small, you're too big, you're too fat, you can't run, you're not good. Don't let someone tell you that. You're good because of who you are. You can play football because you can what? Play football. You obviously have athletic ability in you. It's your job to do what? Expose it. If you can expose your athletic ability in football, you can do anything in life. You can be a president. That would be big. But yeah, I just want to explain, to my athletes, my parents, to any scholars, doctors who may watch the video. Concussions are bad. They really are. And for the most part, they hurt. I have headaches every day. I regret sometimes having to play football. But then I go, I love it. The pain, your brothers, having people, having a concussion, having people support you. It's an amazing thing. It really is. It's amazing. Watch guys, go. You okay? You okay? You okay? You okay? You okay? You okay? How you doing? You okay? You come back and play? Yeah, why not? You're not scared. What are you gonna be scared for? A concussion is a concussion no matter where you are, no matter what you do. Concussions are gonna suck. It's gonna hurt. So guess what? Grind it out though. I know you can. Please, please, please watch this video, like this video, subscribe. Please tell your friends about it. I want to make sure athletes, parents all over the world, learn what a concussion is. That way, for example, when I had my concussion for 2 months, my parents were like, "What's a concussion? Why are you missing class for 2 months? Why are you not going to class? We're paying for education. Why are you not going to class at all?" Because you physically can't go to class. I want to educate people out there, that way they can learn what a concussion is, what is CTE, what are you preparing for in your own life, what is your life plan steps going to be. Concussions do lead to CTE, they really do. And I hope you enjoy this video today. Please comment down below, subscribe. I'm making more videos for athletes as well, describing what college is, so keep it going.